Not sure what to do on a long weekend? Why not sail around Holland? 5 waters in a very short period of time. Markermeer, Ijsselmeer, Wadden Sea, North Sea and the Amsterdam Canal. Come join me, it will be fun. I show you how I am going to do it. So I've just left Andijk and yeah, I have to go north now. Problem is the wind is coming from the north, so there will be a bit of tacking involved. The wind could be a bit stronger, but it's going to increase this afternoon. Yeah, despite the relatively weak wind today, I'm still doing over 5 knots. So 5.6 at the moment, which is not too bad. And with that speed, I can probably even have a relaxed sail with a cup of coffee in between. The Ijsselmeer has been existing since 1932, when a protective dike was built to separate the area from the Wadden Sea. Today it is a paradise for all kinds of water sports and different types of sailing vessels. And of course for hobby sailors like me with my chartered Bavaria 36. Right, so I'm already relatively close to the lock of Den Oever, and I should arrive there on time because when I go to the Isle of Texel, I have to time it in such way that I take the outgoing water towards the Schulpengat and then take the rising water on the last stretch when I turn northeast to Texel. And the only point is I have to arrive here on time in Den Oever. It's better if you take the current into the right direction. So I've already put the sails down and I'm now motoring, and I have to get the boat ready now, put the fenders out and then go through the lock, and then I'm already in the Wadden Sea. When I go through sluice single-handed, I always use 2 mooring lines. A normal one over the aft cleat and a long and thin one over the midships cleat. I can then adjust both lines on the aft cleat. Alright, so I'm in the Wadden Sea now. When I arrived at the lock, I was surprised that I had missed my slot. I was maybe like 5 or 10 minutes too late. So they have different slots depending on if you're a commercial vessel or a leisure craft. Then I had to wait over 1 hour. Now I will have some current against me in about 45 minutes from now, but I think that's no problem because now at the moment and then later on when I go closer to Texel, I will have the current with me. So I think that is okay. Yeah, and the air is already smelling like salt. It's already seawater, not the Ijsselmeer water anymore. And what a stunning evening it was. The Wadden Sea. Not only famous for its rich fauna and flora, but also an interesting sailing ground with tides and currents changing 4 times a day. Right, so I finally made it to the Isle of Texel, despite the delay at the lock. And now I'm looking forward to having a cold beer. Yeah, and tomorrow is then another day. See you then. Yeah, morning. So I've just left Ijsselmeer here on the island, and I'm now on my way to the Schulpenrad, which is the inlet between Holland, Den Helder and the island. And yeah, I have very nice weather today. Wind is mostly from behind, from the aft, and that's why I also have decided to do with the Genoa only for now. Wind is strong enough. It's even going to increase. The Marifoon bericht, the Dutch weather forecast, has even issued a warning. So in the afternoon, wind force 6 is expected. So I hope to arrive in IJsselmeer before that. And yeah, it seems to be a pretty nice sailing day today. And at the moment, everything is all right. I think Corona times are over, because it's heavy traffic here. All the ferries are coming. The one has just left, the other is already arriving, so tourists are coming back. Yeah, I've now reached already the end of the island, and there is another island west to it. It's Noorderhaaks. It's a paradise for seals, and also an interesting stretch of water between Noorderhaaks and Texel. When you think you're already through, only then you reach the shallow parts. And I'm just seeing one guy going through. But today the weather is okay, so hopefully he will be all right. And here I'm already above the so-called Maas Deep. This is the deepest part here. Elster and Maas Deep are the deepest part here of the inlet. It's over 40 meters, and this is remarkable given the fact that all the rest here of the North Sea and the Wadden Sea is maybe like 15-20 meters, something like this. So that shows the force and the power of the water, which is flowing in and out every day with the tide. And it has actually nothing to do with the chocolate bar or any planets or so, the Maas Deep. I think it derives from the word marshland, because until the 12th century there was a land bridge between North Holland and the island of Texel, and yeah, there was a huge flooding, and this is when this inlet was open. So before that it was marshland, and I think the word Maas Deep derives from that. Even at only 4 to 5 nautical miles off the coast, everything feels small compared to the size of the North Sea. I can already see IJsselmeer. It's not far anymore, and it's hard to miss because of all the industrial buildings and chimneys they have. So in general the Dutch coast is really low and there are not many landmarks, but IJsselmeer can't be missed. There's one other thing the ever-growing number of offshore wind farms. So even this one here, it gets easier by the day to navigate at sight, even out at sea. So I just arrived in the port of IJsselmeer, and the weather forecast was right. So the last 30-45 minutes, all over the sudden, I have here wind force 6. Was a end of a nice beautiful day. Then see you later. It's 7 in the morning and today is Amsterdam Canal and Lock Day. So I'm just leaving IJsselmeer Seaport Marina, and yeah, so still in the afternoon a bit of sailing in the Markermeer, but most of the time will be spent on going through the canal. So we're not far from Amsterdam. We can already see the first buildings, and that means I'm almost through. So passing Amsterdam, then one more lock, and then I'm already in the Markermeer. Yeah, now after all that cruising on the canal, I'm in the second reef, but now that's a bit of sailing again after that boring morning. So that's actually very nice. I enjoyed a lot, and yeah, boat is doing great. The wind is enough. I'm not going too much for speed, therefore also here everything is reefed what can be reefed, but it's really nice sailing day. Not as warm as yesterday, but real wind, and that's how it's got to be. So this is now water number 5, the Markermeer, all part of around Holland. And it's really a nice trip. I can only recommend it. Yeah, there is the Pampus Island. The Pampus Island played an important role for Amsterdam in the heights of the trading times, in the golden area, 17th century. So here was a shallow part when this was still part of the North Sea, and the ships had to wait here sometimes. And this is why in Dutch you can still say, if you are laying here in front of Pampus, you're actually doing nothing. So even here a lot of history, in addition to great sailing on the Markermeer. Hello, I just left Volendam, so I wanted to go to Holland. Now I ended up in Volendam, which is a bit further south. That means more way left for today. Today is the last day of my tour around Holland. On the last meters in Eckhuizen, I would have almost even lost my ball fender had another sailor not made me aware of it. Oh, danke! And eventually a very nice long weekend was about to end, with a total of 134 nautical miles sailed across the 5 very different bodies of water of the Markermeer, Ijsselmeer, Amsterdam Canal, Wadden Sea and the North Sea. Around Holland is over. I'm about to arrive back in Andijk. I'm already motoring and it was a great trip. So we had everything from good weather to windy weather to rain. Now it started raining actually, and yeah, it was nice. So maybe I could give you some ideas, but anyway, this is how I've done it. Alright, thanks for watching.